Switch me on.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Proton Pack is Not a Toy. My name is Matt, and this is episode 3 of the Venkman conversion, where I'm making some small changes to my Proton Pack to make it more accurate to the look of the Venkman Hero Pack from Ghostbusters 2. In the first episode, I added the brass washers to the booster frame, and in episode 2, I took off the infilter label, I changed out the hose on the thrower, and then I swapped out the long resistor on the island arm. This is episode 3, and I've got 2 changes that I'm going to make today. Let's jump right into it. The first change I'm going to make today is to add the dark number 1 that can be seen on this cosmetic plate. It's the first one up from the hole where the limb goes into the Proton Pack. When they made the semi-hero packs in Ghostbusters 2, they built them out of the mold that they'd made from the Venkman Hero shell. And then they needed to be able to differentiate the packs, so they numbered them. The Venkman Hero was the number 1, and then all of the semi-hero packs were also given numbers between 2 and 6. The Venkman Hero in the first movie did not have a number right here, but in the second movie it did. Now, to be able to make this number the right size, I ended up making a template. I measured this section on my pack. It ended up being about 2.5 by 1.5 inches. So I used one of my business cards and cut it up in the right size. And then I used a photo editor that I have on my phone. And since I knew the size of this plate on my pack, I assumed the same size for the Venkman Hero Pack, the real one. And then I photoshopped in a ruler at the correct size. And then I was able to measure what the size of the number 1 would be and where it would be placed for my template, just by comparing the numbers that I do know, the basic length and width of that cosmetic plate. So that's how I came up with this. Cut out the number. Now I'm going to tape it on to the pack with some painter's tape. And then I bought a permanent marker that I'm going to use to go ahead and write that on there. And I'm hoping it'll be a dark enough color to where it will be able to stand out from the normal paint job of the Proton Pack in the same way that it does on the Venkman Hero Pack. So I will add a little tape to the top and the bottom. Hopefully that'll be enough. Now, if I would not have measured it the way that I did using the photo editor, then I totally would have drawn it on there too big if I just would have estimated it. Because once I got done cutting this out, I really felt like it was a lot smaller than what my eyeball was seeing looking at the pictures. So here's the Sharpie that I purchased that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be careful to try to get it just right. Be careful to get all the edges. So now the moment of truth. I will take off the tape, and we'll see how good it looks. At first glance, it's not very noticeable. Let's put some light on it. and it does show up if you do have enough light on it. So I'm happy with the way that looks. Let's move on to the next change for today. The next thing I want to do is to use my X-Acto knife and take off some of the paint on the end cap on the ion arm to match the weathering that we see on the Venkman Hero Pack from Ghostbusters 2. Now, the best reference I've found for the end cap, the most detailed ones I've seen, are going to be the present day look of that Proton pack. So there might have been a little less weathering in the actual film itself, but I'm going to use the present day end cap pictures that I have to be able to try to replicate that. This is going to take a little time, and I'm going to have to be poring over some of the pictures, and that's going to not be real fun for you guys to watch. So this is going to be kind of a before and after shot. So this is what I have right now, and then in a second you'll see what I come up with. So you guys saw the before, here's the after. I'm not 100% satisfied with the way that it turned out. The edges look pretty good, a lot more accurate to the Venkman Hero than I had before. This backwards 7 kind of shape is where I started, and I really hadn't gotten the hang of it yet, and it just looks like a series of little scratches and doesn't look natural the way that it does on the Venkman Hero Pack. So I might go back, dab on some black spray paint, let it dry, and then go at it again. And if I do, then I'll show the results in the next video here in the series. Overall, it is better, but it could be better. That's all I have for you guys today in this video. If you would like this video, I'd appreciate it, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're one of my viewers that has commented before on my audio quality, I am using this little clip-on mic, and if you do notice a difference, good or bad, let me know, and I will take that feedback into future videos. But as for now, that's all I have for this one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.